I was born of the 42 ideals of Ma'at. My mother is nature. My father is time. I am a Neski queen.
Okay, everyone, we are back live with another show. This is episode 2 of season 2, Be More Mindful podcast. I am your host, Aneski Anna Set. Aneski literally means she belongs to me. So for the next 45 minutes to 60 minutes, you guys, I thank you for having me. We have a great guest here. We've gone through so much, so I know that the energy that this guest is about to bring is about to just explode all over the screen. So without further ado, because we are behind, I would just like to introduce my guest, and I want her to also tell us what it is that she do important to the arts and how what she does help her cope with any mental and social barriers. To everyone who is here now watching us, this is now VIKKI M. VIKKI, you have the floor.
Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl VIKKI M, known by many and loved by all. And I am soon to be your favorite up and coming artist, social media influencer, brand ambassador, and just all around great person. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Like I said, I'm an artist, I'm a social media influencer, I'm a brand ambassador, and me just putting myself out there and using my talents to spread positivity and show the world who I am is what helps me to cope with my mental, because life is not easy. Life for me ain't been no crystal stair, but
Girl, what you know about that anyway?
we had to read that in
Yes,
school.
I'm a poet. That is my well. Okay, go ahead.
But yes, I just use my platform to let other people know that if little old me can make it, you can too. And also um allow my fans and people who might not be a fan of me, just allow them to have a space to speak their truth and let them know that someone cares. If no one else does, VIKKI M does.
Oh my gosh, yes, I love it. And that is definitely all that you have said is what I've gotten since the first moment I've ever met you. And just a quick reminder for those who have never joined our show or are not sure of our etiquette here, we're scrolling across the bottom of the screen 4 easy letters. If you abide by those letters, I'm pretty sure the rest of the conversation is going to be flowing like water, okay? Because I'm ready to get into it. Because I remember the first time I met you, I do believe it was at a BU showcase with Tay Bands. I do believe that was the first time, or it might have been. I know you performed, but I'm pretty sure it might have been BU or another particular showcase. And I seen you perform, and I started following you. And so your music was awesome. I was like, you was in heels and everything. You killed, and I was like, oh my gosh, she giving it. She got the look, she got the rhymes, she got the stage presence. You killed it. And I started following you. And then like that following Monday, a reel popped up and it was you. And you were just asking everyone, checking, you were doing a mental, what you call what, mental Mondays?
One day.
Mental Health Monday. And you were checking in with everyone and you had this little setup of red pellets of hearts to, if felt comfortable posting it where you were at. And me, I'm very transparent with my look, I suffer from bipolar disorder. And so one of the things that we are taught to do to help uh, cope with that or help deal with the different levels of your emotions is to do what you call a health check, a mental health check-in, which is where you say, hey, whether I'm doing, I'm in my highs, I'm doing real great, I'm feeling, my energy is up today, whether I'm feeling real low. And so when you did that, it clicked to me, whether you knew it or not, for those people who suffer from bipolar disorder or anyone who may be going through emotional, emotional roller coaster, they're not really sure what's dealing with them, what's going on with them. One of the first things is to identify, your emotion.
Yeah.
And so, I felt like that was so important. And the fact that you brought, you was bringing that to Instagram, bringing it to social media, that whole mental check-in where you actually stating like how you feel that day, I felt was very, very important and very, I've been taken by it. And ever since then, I try my best to make sure that I post, and the great thing about it is normally I'm normally a purple or red, which are like the highest ones. I love the color array, but for the most part, it does. It helps me check in with myself, and I'm not sure who else gets something from your messages, but I do. I get a lot from them, and they're a great start to the week. So I guess my question is to you: is what made you decide to start to do that mental health check in on Mondays?
Just because I know that a lot of people are not in tune with how they feel mentally, and a lot of people don't ask. Like, a lot of people are not asking, like, how are you doing mentally? Like, unless, like, maybe like you'll see a meme on Instagram and they be like, check on your strong friends, and you'll see a couple people posted like, is y'all okay? Type vibe, but nobody was really like taking the conscious decision or time to be like, I want to check in on y'all. Like, let me know how y'all feeling so that I can give y'all some love, and or just so you can like express yourself. Like, I just wanted my people to know, and people who going to see it, because my page isn't private; it's public to everyone. So even
Right,
if you're not my people per se, like, I just want everybody to know that I care about how you doing mentally. Like, my page is a safe space. I really do care how people are feeling, because I know what it's like to feel like no one cares. So
right. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, and you are a high energy person. I am too, and I even get it through this interview because you're just like So I'm like, I
get
want
it.
to take a breath and bring it back so we can make sure that our audience is really getting all of this. Because I'm not sure about other people, but me, when it comes to good energy and positive energy, it makes me get hyped. I get so excited. I get motivated. And so I'll be ready to go. When you give me that anytime, whether it's through your music, whether it's your mental health check-in, even now, just us texting back and forth, it's like I just can't wait. I'm like, I'm excited. You're a very bubbly person, and I think that you're in tune with yourself, you're in tune with your growth, and that shows through your actions with checking in with people on Mondays. So yeah, thank you. Kudos for that. And I appreciate you. Thank you for checking in with them.
No, thank you for seeing me.
Yes, thank you. Yes. So you guys, that's the intro. I hope you guys are feeling the energy. We're gonna try to make sure we slow it down enough so you guys can hear everything that we're talking about, because I promise you, we have some great, great, great vibes that we want to give you verbally. We want to give you a good conversation because I want us to address the topic. And this was a very important topic for me to address right now because I'm trying to put certain things back in place so that I can completely ground myself and focus, on my path in front of me. And so one of the things that came across my heart is that in order to do certain things when you're trying to accomplish a goal, most of the time there are tools involved, and that came from a good friend of mine. His dad, Mr. Henry, he used to always say to us, if you in order to do a good job, you have to have the right tools. He used to always tell us that. And this was when I was in high school, and it wasn't until I got much older that it really started to apply to my life and exactly what he was saying. Like, if you want something done right, not only do you just have to have any kind of tools, but you have to have the right tools. There's no way you can screw in with the hammer. You understand? And so applying that to mental health, I think sometimes people don't use the proper tools to help cope or deal with certain mental or social barriers. And so I wanted to bring that subject to light because I myself need to make sure that I am applying the right tools.
Yeah.
And one of them, like I said, is making sure now that I'm adamant about, my mental health Mondays, because how I start the week, is very important, being that I work a lot and then I have, business on the side with family. So the topic is, of course, garden tools. Right? I chose garden tools because I think of us. We're all like flowers. We're all in a garden, and we all are here to grow. And even when you think about gardening, they have proper tools or certain tools. If you go in the garden section, they have a whole section in one. Matter of fact, they got a whole house in Walmart. Plants got a whole house in Walmart set aside just for them. So it lets you know that gardening is much more than just dropping seed in the dirt. And so the quote I came across, which was very what I felt was very fitting, was a quote by the gentleman of Ralph Waldo Emerson. And for anyone who's watched the show before, they know normally I'll post the quote and you'll see the whole flyer up on the screen. We don't have that right now, but I'm still gonna read it. You guys, if you want to see the flyer, make sure you check out my page, follow me. make sure you follow Vicky, and you'll be certain to see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so Ralph Waldo Emerson, he wrote this quote that says, "The only person you're destined to become is the person you decide to be." Right? I'm reading it. It says, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be." And so, I hear echo. I hope it's not the speaker, guys. Apologize. But anyway, um, again, that quote was very important to me because I'm at the point in my life where I want to choose, I want to be purposeful in my person, who I am. And so, therefore, I'm deciding to be a certain person. And with that, I need to know what proper tools that are to be put in place for me to be that person. Like if I don't want to be no wild, crazy, monster, then there are things that I need to put in place for people who are familiar with the word triggers. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want to be triggered and have these emotions and have outbursts, then I need to put things in there that will counter my trigger or know what things I need to do to prevent these triggers from happening. And so, that's what, garden tools, that's how I feel about that. When you decide who you want to be, then you also have to decide how you're going to get there, what tools you're going to use, what steps you're going to take to get there. So, I mean, from your standpoint, what do you think exactly what he's saying?
I think that a lot of the tools come from within. Like it starts with like watering yourself, speaking light and love and positivity into yourself, no matter what it looks like on the outside. Also keeping God first. If you believe in God, keeping God in the mix, knowing that everything is happening for you and not to you, trying to remove the victim complex, because life does life, but it's not like a negative thing. If we trust in God and you believe in God, then you have to know that it's not happening to you, but it's happening for you, all for a higher purpose, for your highest and greatest good. And then also having the right people around you and putting yourself in the right environments. Like if you want to be more, you have to see more. So if you keep being around the same things that you say that you want to grow from or elevate from, you'll never grow. But if you challenge yourself to go into those new rooms and those new spaces where those people that you want to be like, or those people who have entered the rooms that you want to into are there, that's when you can elevate. And also it's like a mindset type of thing. Like you have to believe that you can be who you want to be so that you can be who you want to be. You have to believe in yourself.
And I totally agree. And with that even being said, looking at the concept of belief, that within itself is a tool, that people need to tap into. If we stop looking at certain things from the aspect of if we start looking at the concept of being used, as not being a negative thing but a positive thing, then we will be able to better properly use the things that are meant to be used for our productivity. And,
Yeah.
and I say that as a, like, you know, we have people around us, and some people that don't use someone. If I have someone around me who is capable of giving me information or even help, financial help, or however, whatever it is to help me take a step forward in my success, what harm is it, or how am I wrong if I am to take that step to, take that person for what they give me? That's taking the concept of use in a positive manner. And so with that concept of tools, what tools are around us that we are not using, or that we need to tap into to help us get to where we need or where we want to be? Like you say, even the spaces we go into, where can we go that will help us, better ourselves, or better who we are, or better get us to where we want to be at? Do we need to be among a certain amount of people, or do sometimes we need to be to ourselves? Location, knowing location, that's the tool. Knowing people, that's the tool. You named quite a few things. Mindset, that's a tool. Having a purposeful mindset is a tool to wake up every day and say to yourself, I'm purposely going to believe in myself, is a form of a tool that you can use to enhance your self-esteem and also boost your confidence enough to, step out there and do the things that you thought you couldn't do, or try the
Yeah.
things you were scared to do, so that you can go further. So yeah, I'm feeling everything. I'm feeling everything that you said. You definitely put some things in there that people should be looking at as tools that help them grow and better themselves. So yeah, I don't know. Have you found yourself in a space where you've been like, I I need to assess or reassess certain tools that I have in place because maybe something isn't working anymore or something isn't working the way you thought it would work. I mean, have you
Yeah.
ever had that situation?
Yeah, actually, right now I am removing myself from one of the things. So I have been smoking weed since I was like 15, and
Mm,
I smoked my first blunt when my house burned down when I was 15. We was left with nothing. And that house that had burned down was the first house that we actually had, and we was there for a while, and like it felt like home. I felt like I had something in my I had my own room finally. Like,
mm,
and we lost everything, and so it felt like we was right back to square one. Growing up, I didn't really have the best life. We dealt with a lot of homelessness, and we struggled a lot. Poverty was definitely hitting us, but so that was really tough on me. And then when the house burned down, I wasn't staying with my mother anymore. I was staying with my best friend.
mm,
And when I smoked my first blunt, like everything that I was feeling emotionally, it all went away. And
mm-hmm,
I never, like, of course I was a kid, so I was just thinking like I'm just getting high and this is just fun to do with my friends or whatever. But as I got older and stuff, and recently, not even really as I got older, but recently this year, I started looking at myself like, wait, like, do I use weed to cope? Like, am I
mm-hmm,
using weed to like cope? And yes, I was. Like, I used it to calm myself down. I used it to make myself less angry. I used it to when I was sad, when I was happy, if I wanted to celebrate. Like, I was always having a blunt. I used to be the type of girl that pre-roll her blunts before the event and have like 6 blunts in a purse ready because we smoking, okay? And
right,
I don't
right,
want to be
right,
standing up in no event smoking. That's not cute girl activity. Like,
right.
so I really had to this month I told myself like we not smoking, like we not gonna do it. We're gonna deal with our problems head on, face them head on, because that don't align with who I want to be. That don't align with what I want for myself. If I really want to be strong and I really want to be mentally capable of dealing with my problems, I cannot be like subduing them with weed. I can't get sad and go smoke a blunt. I can't let life hit me and be like, I'm about to smoke because I don't want to deal with that. I can't get mad and smoke a blunt. So
I'm,
it's definitely been tough because life be life and for sure. But it has taught me that I have so much discipline, so much more than what I thought I had. And
mm,
it's just teaching me how to really like take a step back and like look at the full scheme of things. Like, yeah, this hurt, but like, how do I get past it? Why did it hurt me so much? Why did it trigger me? And how do I remove that trigger from myself and move past it? So I'm proud of me, but I am also
proud of
looking
you
forward to
too.
December 1st when I can smoke that other blood.
Yeah, I know that's right. I'm proud of you, and I love that. And again, you threw some things out there that we all need to be more mindful of. The fact that, mind you, marijuana is a drug. It is. I don't get away from it because I myself I use it. I'm into herbal and natural medicinal uses, so I'm not into opioids or any prescription medicine.
Yeah,
I like what the medicinal uses of marijuana are, not just coping with mental health, but it also has a lot of physical medicinal uses that is used for, which works well with me, giving birth to 7 children, take all my pain away. Cool. But I do agree with you. The fact to be mindful that this is a drug, and therefore you you're substituting it for some type of pain or some
yeah,
type of ailment or illness, whether it be physical or mental. And to make yourself aware of that enough to know that this is where we're getting into the difference between addiction and abuse.
yeah,
Okay? Because this is a drug, this is medicinal. That's why the government can go in and say, hey, you know what? We're going to legalize it and send it out a prescription because they have said we're going to recognize the medicinal uses as well, allow it to be recreational. Understand? You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling everyone to go out here and smoke weed. I'm telling everybody that this is something that everybody should do. This what I'm saying is understand what we both have come to the conclusion of. It is a tool. It's a tool that people can use for whatever needs they, be it mental or physical or recreational. But more importantly, understand when you get into the point that because it is a drug, there's a line that you can cross when you're into abuse. And there's also a point where you have to consider addiction. So these things we should be mindful of because I think that will help anyone who were to consider the use of it be mindful of how they use it, be responsible, or be even greater enough to be like you to say, hey, maybe I need to not use it because I'm not using it for the needs that that it's helping me. That
Yeah.
I need to use it if I need to use it, not for that, because these things that I'm coping with this away is not getting better, it's not getting solved. So therefore, it's not medicinal. You
Yeah.
understand? Because if it's medicinal, it would give relief. It would give, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, we need to be mindful of that. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because again, this is an open forum. I feel like everyone should be free to speak on however, they want to speak on, as long as it's in a respectful and honorable manner. But I am a person that can fall on both sides of the coin. I respect anyone who chooses not to. I have had moments where I didn't for that very reason. When I realized I'm not using it for the medicinal uses, I'm just coping with it. So now I'm just abusing it, or I'm just being addicted to the process. And so I've had to come to the same conclusion at times and stop. But lo and behold, I made myself aware of when it was those moments. And that's
Yeah.
when, it makes it a more productive use. We're talking about that productive use. And that's when I'm recognizing it as a tool. So great conversation. I love it. I love it. So, yeah, I encourage anyone. And again, it's sad that some people have to go to stronger uh, uses to
Yeah.
cope or deal or fall victim to, addiction of a stronger kind. Um, but we do need to make sure that we understand that it's a sickness within itself when it gets to that point. And
Yeah.
so, we need to try to give people understanding and help and hope, and then sometimes you might have to just let people go their own way, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that was a nice little go to. I mean, look, we made a good time too. Is there anything else you want to give from that? Because I'm telling you, I'm eating on that right now. Like that was really deep for me because that's something that I go through every day, being a person who do smoke marijuana, and I try not to seem like I'm against people who don't smoke. Like I smoke it, but it's not like I'm around go smoke. But I also admire people who don't. I admire
Yeah.
people who can, go on and manage and do things without, because that lets me know that's a different mindset there,
Um.
that I may one day may need to have. You never know.
Yeah.
So
For me, I suffer from depression a lot of the time because I don't talk about a lot of the stuff that I go through. Like, I like to help other people. I like to be the helping friend. I don't like to be the friend that need the help. I do not like to be the victim. I don't like the be the pity case. I don't like that. But the truth of the matter is sometimes I do need help. Sometimes I am someone that you would have pity for. Sometimes I do struggle. But I felt like my dependency on the weed was just becoming to be so much. Like, it wasn't like you said, it was more of like not a productive use type of thing. I was abusing it. Like, it would be like I really do need to smoke, but I don't need anything. Like, the one thing that I do need in this world is God. And then
mm,
everything I go through, I have God. Like, no matter what it is, no matter how big or heavy that it feels, God is with me in all of my situations. So I felt like in order for me to really live like that's the truth, I had to put the weed
right.
down.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
just for
think
a second.
not to interrupt. I'm glad you said that because again, um, that mindset and that people have to understand on that journey, right? When you get to the mindset like what you just said, you don't feel bad about leaving certain things behind.
Yeah.
You have to come out of, you have to shed certain skin because it's not about showing off or trying to give, and it's how you feel. You feel so, complete and whole that certain things don't satisfy you, or doesn't do anything for you anymore. And so I totally get that, and that's why I understand the reverence of coming out of, because I always make this joke about, I might be in my rocket chair with a J and tripping with my grandchildren. This is the type of concept I'm very, I can be very childish with my mind. I don't really tend to grow up anytime soon. But at the end of the day, though, when it is just myself, and I'm reflecting on my life, I do long for that peace that I know that I will have, where
Yeah.
kind of, a lot of the little things just don't matter, that serenity. And so I feel like you can only get there with the concept of being one with God.
Yeah.
And so that a clean house is a cleanliness is not godliness, and you're whether you're physical, mental, and spiritual, when you're clean, you're clean. You don't want to put nothing in it that will taint it or
Yeah.
poison it, make it toxic anyway. So I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, girl, you on your way up. But so yeah. We get ready to go into my next part of my show, my segment that I call, as soon as I get to moving around. I know I'm a one man army. My segment I like to call experts versus experience, and so this is when I'll read from an article that I've studied on. I try my best to be diligent about the show, and speak on things that I can only speak on that I know about, and that what makes it genuine. But uh, anyway, experts versus experience is just about, comparing what these people who have these PhDs and all these letters behind their name, comparing what they say about mental health, social health, urban living, comparing it to what, I've actually lived, me and my guests and our experiences, and just trying to see, actually, what they talk about or not. I myself, I'm not a doctor. The show is not here to give any type of medical advice. I want anyone who feels in need of needing medical advice to make sure they go see a professional. I always encourage anyone who is in need of therapy to seek your therapist. And just know that everything here on the show is not just for entertainment, but it's also for education as well, because I'm pretty sure you're going to learn something. And so, with that being said, we'll go into the segment. And the article that I picked up on was actually written by a college in Hawaii. I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, I think stuff like that I don't really think of, like, dang, you know what? I never thought about colleges in Hawaii. But this is but it's Hawaii Pacific University. They did an article August the 29th in 2023 on the article's name, Developing a Wellness Toolbox for Your Mental Health.
Mm.
Okay. And so they go into be sure to make sure you check it out. You can go check it out on online.hpu.edu. All right. So if you guys want to go into depth, because it does have great information as far as breaking down the type of tools that you can use, and how they apply directly to certain concepts. And if you check it out, you'll see. I don't want to try to go into detail because I feel like I'll try to get too much. But to sum it all up, their article says, similarly, I always hated that word. A wellness toolbox houses all the tools an individual can use to overcome an obstacle, barrier, or challenge that may hamper their journey to a healthier state of mind. A wellness toolbox includes strategies, skills, and resources that are accessible at any time to help an individual cope with tough times and improve their mental and emotional wellness. Individuals need to include wellness tools for mental health that have proven to be effective in helping them feel better and relieve troubling symptoms in the past. And again, basically, like a lot of that we just was discussing, even, it, you have to make sure that we have to make sure that we're being mindful about having a wellness toolbox for our mind. If you work on cars, anyone that's an engineer understands the importance of your toolbox. Well, that is also important for you to have a healthy state of mind. And the irony of all this happening, this is why I love the universe. The irony of all this happening is because I've been going through some things on my job. All right. So I work driving trucks for Amazon. I mean, delivering boxes, driving vans. And so it becomes very frustrating sometimes dealing with, delivering the packages, all the different variables between the houses, locations, customers' requests, whatever. And lately, my coping mechanism to help me deal with my frustration has been failing miserably. I mean, I've been, having friction between me and the staff, the supervising staff, even the owner, like not bad friction, enough for them to, they understand, but it's not, for me, it's not who I want to represent myself, as. And so I literally have been, saying to myself within the past 24 hours, what skill, a strategy, or tool can I use to help counter, that trigger, whatever that trigger is that has me, like blowing up on the job, So, it's just like ironic, like, all this is coming around because everyone knows this. I set my shows about a month ahead, but it always seems like everything in my life leading up to the show always seems to be what this show is about. And like I said, I literally had, just had to text my supervisor and like, to apologize for my behavior. That's how, out of hand this has gotten. And I'm like, I'm determined to, find what tool it is that I need to do to counter that. So my test is going to be music, right? We all drive with music. We all know that music is a great conductor of vibration. It also helps control the vibe and the energy. And so, one of the things that I said I was going to do is that I play rap music. I play big Baltimore rap. I've been rocking Slim Gleesha's probably about Monday every day behind the wheel, just going off, right? So, it's like I was like, you know what, maybe and not just all kind. I mean, I be listening to Diet God. I listen to Martina Lynch. I listen to Lil Zay. I'm a Baltimore fan, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I try my best to stay away from the industry music because that's not who I'm trying to feed. You know what I'm saying? And now I got you in there. I got your song from Fuck With Me, and I like you have a little song in there. I don't want to go into details. It's a little bit explicit, but you guys gotta check her out. She got balls. All right, but yeah, so I was like, maybe I need to, just put a little bit, like some, slow down music, and not saying that, it's giving me bad vibes, but it's just the hypeness, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it helps
Yeah.
me to hype, and I need to just come down a little bit. So I was still going to change my tunes, and I'm going to probably play like
Shout
some
out
old,
to
beautiful
shout
chorus.
out shout out to you for seeing yourself and seeing what's going on and making an avid choice to change and be better. I'm so super proud of you and keep on doing it. Like literally the only thing that you can do is try and then God got the rest. You got it. It's gonna work out.
I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, what do you think about, the toolbox? I'm pretty sure you doing the mental health lets you, it's letting everyone know that you're aware that, there's some tools that are needed. So do you have any other tools you could suggest, that
Um
people can probably try?
prayer. I know that it's hard having and having faith, and I believe that the hardest part about having it is because God is not really tangible. You can't see him, you can't feel him touch you, you can't hear him like you can hear a song, but if you walk by faith and not by sight, then you can see God. You can feel God. You can hear God because God is omnipresent. So he is everywhere and in all things. So literally he will speak to you through other people. Like you're speaking to me. Like I'm pretty sure that he's definitely giving me a lot. Like girl, I'm fighting back tears right now, literally. He
Oh,
is speaking to me through you. He's everywhere, like in songs sometimes, in random times that you will see if you see numbers all over again. I know that we be like angel numbers, but angels come from God.
okay.
So those that could be a scripture that God wants you to look at, or maybe he is sending you some type of luck or some type of blessing. God just moves even in the most mysterious and the best ways. God moves. He will send you a message through a stranger or through your job or through your friends and stuff like that, just to show you that you are doing it right, or you could do a little bit more, or you could change this and stuff like that. So I would say definitely pray. I know it's not easy to just pray and leave it at that, because
Right.
we want, a lot of the times as in the human experience, we want that right now. We want
Right
that right,
now.
but you got to know that God is an on-time God, and
Mm.
he might not come when you want him, but he is always on time.
That's so true. Oh my gosh. And I know it's like even now, like you say, everything is happening in the words that you're speaking. It's amazing because it's like most shows are I don't really go back and watch the shows to watch them for entertainment. I go back. This is my therapy. I go back and I listen to myself because when I'm speaking, that's why I like it to be live and I like it to be fresh because I want it to be as raw and real as possible. So sometimes I have to go back and really like, oh, I said this is what I said. Wow. And then when I listen to the response, I can hear that subliminal cry for help in what I'm saying, and then also hear the answer from my guest. And so that's awesome. I hope everyone's watching, get something out of that, and start considering having your wellness toolbox. Be
Yeah.
mindful of your mindset. If things are going on around you, um, prayer and meditation is definitely a big tool. I think it's something that people kind of overlooked because they kind of associated with that thick, heavy, thick, church moment or Thanksgiving minute where you're standing with your eyes closed and your stomach
Yeah.
growling and you're waiting for the amen. But prayer doesn't have to be that heavy. It's prayer and meditation. It could be just a 5 seconds silence of just thankfulness or reaching out or blessing or however. But it doesn't have to be heavy, but it is definitely a strong tool. I'm pretty sure people who have used it can testify and say it works.
Yeah.
I'm definitely can say it's been times that I've been like, I don't know how it's going to come out, I don't know how, but you know what?
Right.
All the energy I can. I'm gonna stop. You know how it is. You're down. You really, you just got your head down, and you just
Yep.
hoping you channeling all the right things. Or you do like I do sometimes. You pick up mom and tell mommy what's going on because mommy
Literally.
really gonna get down and say what she gotta say. And then before you know it, voila.
Right.
And you catch yourself saying, "Look, I was worried for nothing." You
Right.
know, another
Literally.
good tool. Go ahead, say, please.
Literally, if y'all find it hard to believe that prayer really does change things, I am a living testament of how much prayer really works. I am walking and living in some of my prayers. I am literally, younger me didn't even like herself. Little Victoria, little Vicky would have never believed that anybody cared enough to listen to her, to ask her to come on a podcast to do, or to talk, or to ask questions or anything like that. Little me would be so proud and so ecstatic to see how we've grown, like who we have become, that we are the influence now, like, and like we are who people look up to. We spread the light, we spread the love, we are giving it to some people. So if you don't believe, just look at me. Like I literally just recently went on an interview where I stood in front of the same homeless shelter that I used to live in, and they was asking me about my music career. Like,
Right.
if you don't believe, you should, because God is real.
Listen, girl, I hope somebody look. Gotta go. There it goes. I love it. I love it. Oh, my leg was like a turkey. My arm like a turkey leg just now. It was full of goosebumps. I love it, and I agree. Like even I think that's one of the things that push me every day that make me so passionate is because reflection. When I look back over, where I came from and
Yeah.
where I'm going, even, and it's like you say, little me, mind you. I was 13 years old, sleeping in bandos, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't have to be. I chose to be. I chose to leave home for my reasons. But who would have thought? Who would have asked me and say, yeah, and then yet she sit before the very people that she hid from and speak boldly on having mental health issues, being diagnosed, being even being I've even been institutionalized. I can speak strongly about it. Why?
Yeah.
Because I know that my story will encourage someone else. Because if I made it, I know you can make it.
Literally.
And I try my best to prove to people, you can do anything you put your mind to. I
Yeah.
promise you. With all the other tools that are out there, even the ones we mentioned, you bring yourself to the point where you are mind, body, and soul one, and you put your mind on that goal and you start putting one foot in front of the other. I promise you, you will reach what you're destined to be. So, um, yeah, man, I gotta. I don't want to get into the waterworks myself. I gotta. I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on. Let's like go and wrap it up because I'm gonna give my mindful thought. Because that is amazing. I'm so proud of you and where you come from, and I know little Vicky is proud of you. And take into the account, Victoria is a spin-off of Victor.
Yeah.
So be not amazed that you accomplished. You were named in it. Walk in your name. Walking who you are. You were named after victory.
Yeah.
So not a victim. It's different.
No, that's
So
right.
everything you've been through is definitely been for a reason. So I only have one proverb for my mindful thought. You guys, we're ready to close out. It's been a great show. I thank everyone who has joined us. I look forward to our next show, which will be on the second Thursday in December. We're not going to be streaming on Thanksgiving. And so everyone enjoy their families. And in the meanwhile, I'll be preparing for our next show in December. I already have guys. I'm booked up to March. I thank everyone who's been checking in, wanting to be on the show. I'm gonna try my best to get everyone in, and hopefully if things go great enough. I don't know. I might have to start adding some more show times, or I might have to create
So,
another show.
and studio soon, y'all. We're gonna be in person with it.
Yeah,
So,
y'all know that's my goal.
yeah.
So my which one? I had one. I had one of these ones, and I can't. It's four of them on the page, and I was supposed to remember which one I wanted. Oh, there we go. This is it. Okay, I had wanted to use this one. It's a Nigerian proverb, and it says that a tree does not move unless there is wind. Okay, a tree does not move unless there is wind. And I chose that proverb because, again, everything that is in nature is they are interactive and their equal is used as a tool. A tree cannot bend if it does not have the wind to blow it. And so we have to be like that of the tree. We have to be able to take that tools that are around us and use them to propel us and use them to push us forward. There are many kinds of tools out there for anyone who isn't sure exactly in detail how to figure out what tools work for them. You can look it up online. There are a list of tools all over online. I've seen so many, I couldn't choose one because it's just too many. But other than that, you can also seek the other professional, or you can always call me, call someone. The point is, get things in place, get the tools you need so that you can grow and be the person that you are destined to be. Only
Yeah.
you can make that choice. Only you have that power, and only you can get the tools. So that's my mindful thought for tonight. I'm going to let my guest close out and give her mindful thought. And before she leaves us, she's going to make sure we know how to follow her and how to support her. And she can drop anything she need to drop, promote anything. The floor is definitely yours, Vicky. Thank you for coming on. Have the floor. There you go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me. This was amazing. I look forward to the link dropping, and so I can put it on my page and tell my people to come watch. Like, this was amazing. I look forward to watching it back as well and getting some therapy for myself because this was truly, truly amazing. It was everything that I needed it to be. Honestly, truly, today was rough on me, but this was everything I needed it to be. And so, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My mindful thought is just to know that you have all the tools. Like, the tools are inside of you. God gave you everything that you needed. You have the tools. I'm about to cry. Hold on, sorry, y'all.
No, I've been
But
trying to do this because I'm holding my back too, girl.
but you have the tools. Even when you don't feel like you do, you definitely do. And in that moment where you feel like you don't, God is wrapping his arms right around you to let you know that you are not alone. Even in your loneliest times, God is right there with you. Believe in yourself, love on yourself because you deserve it. And if you don't love on yourself, nobody else in this cruel, ugly world will. Um, and be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Always know that there is a brighter side to every bit of darkness that you face. I love you. If nobody told you today, I love you. I always will. And y'all can find me everywhere at VIKKI.M underscore underscore. If you need some love, if you need some encouragement, if you need anything, or you just want to see a pretty girl, come follow me on Instagram. Follow me everywhere. I'm everywhere. You can stream my music everywhere. That's VIKKIM. I'm on all streaming platforms. You can find me everywhere. Be sure to go stream my latest single called Spike Lee with my dearly departed friend NFC Money. Stream it for me, please, in remembrance to him, please. And just send some love and encouragement my way because that was definitely a tough one. Um and yeah, I will be outside at a fashion show on the 23rd. Check out my page for the details for that. If you want to get tickets, purchase tickets, you can purchase them from me or from someone else that's involved in it as well. And yeah, that's really it. Stay
That's
tuned.
Yes. So, yes, everyone, that wraps it up for another live stream. Be More Mindful podcast. We're in season two. This is just the second episode. So, we're just getting started. My guest, Vicky M. Make sure you check in with her. She's checking in with you on Mondays. Drop a heart, show some
Yeah.
support. Make sure you like, subscribe for Authors Media Network, and tap in with me, your girl, Aneski Anna Kim Set, ANESKIANAKEMSIT. Run it back on the rewind if you need it again. Because other than that, we out, guys. Because I gotta go cry. I gotta go watch this video and cry. Oh, I love you, Baltimore. I'm out.